Once upon a time, a farmer lived with his family in a small, peaceful village. It was a scorching summer. For many, many months, not even a single drop of rain had fallen. The land, once lush and green, was now cracked and barren. Because of this terrible drought, all the crops in the fields were drying up. A sense of despair hung over the entire village. People were in pain, watching their livelihoods wither away before their very eyes. Day by day, they were losing hope. One afternoon, the village elder called a meeting. He proposed an idea. Everyone in the village would pray to God for rain, all at the same time, from their own homes. The villagers, desperate for a solution, readily agreed. They set a specific time for the collective prayer, hoping their unified voices would reach the heavens. When the appointed time arrived, the farmer, his wife, and their sweet 6-year-old daughter gathered in their humble home. They sat together on the floor, ready to join the village in prayer. With his hands folded tightly and his voice trembling with emotion, the farmer began to pray. "O Lord," he pleaded, "I have always heard that you listen to the prayers of your children. Our crops are dying, our wells are dry, we are losing everything. Please send us rain soon so that we and our families can survive." Next to him, his wife prayed in silence, her face etched with worry. Her silent pleas just as heartfelt. Then it was the little girl's turn. She closed her eyes tightly, her small hands clasped together. In her innocent voice, she said, "Dear God, my father is very sad and worried. Everyone says you can do everything. You are the most powerful. Please make it rain in our village so my father can be happy again." After the prayers were finished, a quiet stillness filled the room. The farmer let out a long sigh and stood up, preparing to head back to his fields. As he walked toward the door, his daughter's small voice called out, "Father, where are you going?" He turned and looked at her, a weary smile on his face. "I'm going to the farm, my dear, to do some work and check on our crops," he replied. The little girl's eyes lit up. She quickly ran into another room and came back a moment later, holding a large black umbrella. The farmer looked at her, completely puzzled. He knelt down and asked gently, "My child, why did you bring an umbrella? The sun has already set, and look, the sky is perfectly clear. There isn't a single cloud in sight." The little girl smiled a bright, confident smile that melted her father's heart. "Father," she said, "we just prayed to God for rain, didn't we? I believe He heard us. And if He makes it rain right now, we will get all wet on the way to the farm. So I brought the umbrella to keep us dry." The farmer stared at his daughter, his eyes widening in astonishment. He was speechless. In that moment, he realized something profound. He and all the other villagers had prayed for rain, but only his little daughter truly believed with all her heart that their prayers would be answered. She didn't just hope, she expected it. She had faith, pure and simple. This unwavering belief is the most powerful form of positivity. It's not just about asking for something, it's about preparing for it to arrive. It's about carrying your umbrella even when the sky is clear, because you trust that the rain is coming. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please subscribe to our channel, learn motivated stories for more content that can fill your day with positivity and hope. See you in the next video. There once was a farmer who lived with his family in a small, quiet village. But peace was hard to find that year. A scorching summer had gripped the land. For many long months, not a single drop of rain had fallen from the sky. The earth was cracked and dry, and because of the terrible drought, the crops in the fields were withering and drying up. The whole village was in pain. Rivers and wells were running low, and the people were beginning to lose hope. Every day they would look up at the clear, cloudless sky, their hearts heavy with worry. One day, the village elders decided that everyone should pray together for rain. They agreed that at a specific time, every single person in the village would pray to God from their own homes, hoping their collective plea would be heard. When the time came, the farmer, his wife, and their 6-year-old daughter sat together in their small home. The mood was somber. With his hands folded and his voice trembling with emotion, the farmer began to pray. "O Lord," he said, "I have always heard that you listen to the prayers of your children. We are in desperate need. Our crops are dying, and our future is uncertain. Please, send rain soon so we can survive this hardship." His wife prayed beside him in silence, her face etched with worry. Their little girl also closed her eyes tightly and said in her innocent voice, "God, my father is very upset. I know you can do everything. Please make it rain in our village so my father can be happy again." After the prayers were finished, a sense of stillness filled the room. The farmer stood up, his face still full of concern, and prepared to leave for his fields. As he walked toward the door, his daughter called out to him, "Father, where are you going?" He turned and replied, "I'm going to the farm to do some work, my dear." The little girl quickly ran into another room and came back a moment later, holding a big black umbrella. The farmer was surprised to see it. He looked at her and asked, "Why did you bring an umbrella? The sun has already set and the sky is completely clear. There isn't a cloud in sight." The little girl smiled a bright, confident smile and said, "But father, we just prayed to God for rain. But I believe he heard us. If it rains now while we are out, we'll get wet." She held the umbrella up. "So I brought this to keep us dry." The farmer stood there, stunned into silence. He looked at the clear sky, then at the umbrella, and finally at his daughter's hopeful face. Her simple, unwavering faith was a powerful reminder. While he and the other adults had prayed, they had done so with doubt in their hearts. They were just going through the motions. But this little girl truly believed. She didn't just ask for rain, she prepared for it. That moment, a profound realization washed over the farmer. It wasn't just about praying, it was about having faith. It was about believing in a positive outcome, even when things looked bleak. Her innocence held a wisdom that all the adults had forgotten. This is the power of a positive mind. It's not about ignoring reality. but about having the faith and hope to prepare for a better future. That little girl, with her umbrella, taught her father and the entire village a lesson they would never forget. True belief isn't just in the asking, but in the preparing to receive. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel, Learn Motivated Stories, for more inspiration. See you next time.